All right, we're here, folks. Kevin Tucker alongside Nick Stavis here on GlenwoodSports.com. I will apologize if the internet's in and out, folks. Today is not going the fastest. However, work with us. We hope it will be fine. There's about 6 minutes left on the clock before we get things going here from Ram Memorial Field. Nick, thanks for joining me today here.
You bet.
We appreciate it. Nick, if you want to give us kind of the players to watch today for both Glenwood and AL, that would be great here.
Yeah, we'll start with the visiting Lynx from last year and what we saw in the scrimmage against Denison. Number 34, the fullback Jasper Stottleminer, he's 245 pounds and 5'11", so he is just a monster running the ball. So the Rams are going to have to be strong up front, but they will be led by All-State defensive lineman Caleb Sanders, who recently committed to South Dakota State to play football. So the Rams have a nice defensive front to try to counter that tough running game from Abraham Lincoln. And for the Rams on offense, senior Andrew Bloom will be leading the charge at quarterback, along with Cooper Silvius in the backfield. Those would be my two players to watch on offense. They should be running the ball a lot with behind a strong offensive line made up by Dylan Hopp, Caleb Sanders, Keegan Ronfeld, Cody Sorensen, and Dylan Weiser. So that should be fun to watch, the running attack for tonight for the Rams.
As the Rams now come out on the field, folks. Home opener, awesome crowd tonight in Glenwood here. As Nick said, should be a good game for Glenwood. They are, I would say, the heavily favorite for the game tonight. And get ready for them to, I think, Nick, put on a good show.
Yeah, they should be good. This should be fun. The Rams coming off a 2016 Dome appearance. Semifinalists, the crowd is excited. Their stands are packed. And the Rams are ready to go here. The national anthem is on the way. So we will take a break here on GlenwoodSports.com.
All right, folks. Getting some feedback here. I'll try to get rid of that for you. There we go. All right, folks. We are ready for the football game here. In case you're just joining us, we are running the internet connection from my cell phone since the school's internet is down currently. So, cross your fingers. It should last. I got the external battery pack in my pocket for my phone.
Gotta improvise, right?
Yep. Good luck at Dataville next month. Captain tonight for Glenwood, Andrew Bloom. It looks like Anthony Sherry. Number 4 is that Ben Ronfeld.
Yes.
And 28 would be
Josh
Josh
Ruth.
Ruth.
Yep. 4 seniors out there leading the team for the Rams. This is a pretty young team. Inexperienced-wise, not age-wise necessarily, but the Rams graduated a lot of seniors from last year. 7 seniors on defense graduated with the 2017 class, so they are going to need some plugging and replacing there on the defensive side as well as the offensive side. All 4 backfield players are new, as they did graduate everyone from last year's backfield. So while it might be the same Glenwood team that coming out onto the field that made it to the Dome last year, it is a completely different squad as far as personnel. So it should be interesting to see how the Rams can do without all those seniors from last year.
Yeah, and the big thing, I think, Nick, more than anything, is what is back majority is both the offense and defensive line.
Right.
That's something huge, and that's where everything starts, is both on the offense and defensive line. So they have, obviously some great guys up there, led by Caleb Sanders, the South Dakota State commit. He's number 69 on your screen tonight, so watch out for him. You'll hear his name a lot on top of all the names that Nick has already mentioned. Glenwood will kick off first, and it looks like back deep for the Lynx. It'll be number 24 and number 81 or 82. Let's see, that's 81 back there.
And this program
doesn't have an 81. We'll call him 82 then. Actually. Harvey.
So here we go. It'll be Alex Neusser to kick off for the Glenwood Rams. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, folks. Football is back. We got a 3A clash between the 4A clash between the Glenwood Rams and the AL Lynx. And the ball is on the tee, and we are ready to go.
Kick's underway.
Nice kick there from Alex Neusser.
Taken at the 5 up to the 10, coming around the right side up to about the 16-yard line and drugged down right away by, it looks like 34 for Glenwood. Isaac Bales made the stop for Glenwood that time. If it looks foggy, it's because the student section just threw some chalk in the air. So that your screen's not messing up, folks. That would be the chalk, and hopefully that'll be gone soon. So here come the Lynx for their first drive. It's shotgun formation right now for this team. As back to pass, looking deep right away, and it's going to be deflected. A nice coverage there by number 24 for the Glenwood Rams.
Cohen Watson. Cohen Watson on the coverage there, the senior, new to the lineup, replacing one of the corners from last year. Nice coverage there. Number 2 was the intended receiver on the play for the Lynx. That's Nate Kleigel on the pass from Sean Lawrence, and then it'll be second down at 10.
Let's see, this time they'll also go in shotgun formation for the Lynx. Hand off up the middle, and it's stuffed right away. First one there, number 58 for Glenwood, and 69, Caleb Sanders.
So Dylan Weiser and Caleb Sanders there and on the tackle. Lanny Herzog was the ball carrier. It'll bring up 3rd and long for the AL Lynx. 3rd and 11 from their own 16. First possession of the game.
So here's your defense. Glenwood doing a good job making it 3rd and long here for the Lynx. As Nick mentioned before, a lot of new faces out here for the Rams. It's good to see here. Shotgun formation. Back to pass. He's rolling out to his left. And we're going to have whistles, and it will be a false start on Abraham Lincoln, so that'll back him up more, Nick.
Yep, it's going to be a nice 3rd and long here for the Rams. Some good pressure up front. I mentioned earlier, I think we mentioned on the podcast Tuesday, they got to make sure they are constantly getting pressure up front with this young defensive backfield. Those 3 studs up front, and Caleb Sanders, Dylan Weiser, and Isaac Bales have to be in the backfield on every play.
11:04 to go here in the first quarter. It's going to be 3rd down and long. We'll call it, 16, 17? Back to pass, rolling out to his left. being chased down, trying to make some running room on the left side. He's going to be pushed out of bounds.
By Blake Von Essen there.
And it'll be shy of the original line of scrimmage for AL. It'll be fourth down and about actually 14.
Great job there by Dylan Weiser to get pressure. He flushes Lawrenson out of the pocket. And then outside linebacker Blake Von Essen, number 80, was able to get out there and shove him out of bounds for only a gain of about 5. So that'll bring up 4th and 11. It'll be
go ahead.
Zach Carr back to receive this punt here from, it looks like Stottlemyre.
Carr standing AL. There's a flag down, and Carr will catch it right at his 48-yard line, take up the middle of the 50. He breaks 2 tackles and going to be taken down about the 41-yard line of AL. However, there's 2 or 3 flags, folks, so.
Probably going to see that a lot in this game. Teams trying to figure things out early in the season.
Yeah, first game of the year. I think it's going to be offsides on Glenwood. It won't be enough for a first down, so I'm guessing we're going to have another punt coming this way.
It's going to be a false start and then an illegal block in the back. So they will offset each other, and they're just going to have a re-punt here.
I think Carr will be fine with that.
That was a beautiful punt there from Jasper Stottlemyre.
Bloom running out there. He's already ready to play quarterback. Hold on, Andrew. You'll get your turn here.
So Carr once again at about the 45-yard line. Stottlemyre on his own 5 to punt the ball away. He had a nice one the first try, so we'll see if he can do it again.
Snap is underway. Kick is
up.
Another
nice kick.
Good punt. Fielded this time at the 40-yard line by Carr. He makes one guy miss up to the 45, now to the 40. Gets a cut on the outside. He's at the 30, 25, and knocked down inside the 22, the 21-yard line. Great return there by the new Ram this football season, Zach Carr.
Yeah, fresh from West Des Moines Valley. He's a sophomore, the youngest player in this Rams starting lineup, and he had a nice return there on the punt from Jasper Stottlemyre, and the Rams have about as short as you could get a 20-yard field here on their first possession of the season.
It's about right where the AL started off their possession. As here you go, folks. It'll be a new quarterback this season for Glenwood. It'll be number 2 all season long. Andrew Bloom, the talented senior. He is a lefty, and he is going to go under center here from AL's 21-yard line. Runner in motion. He keeps it himself, and Andrew cuts upfield to get about 6 yards there on the first down.
So looks like AL's stacking the box here, coming out with 8 guys in the box. They have a safety that's creeping up on the line along with 5 down linemen. So trying to stop this Glenwood run game any way they can, but this offensive line is just so good that it's going to be a struggle for them all night long.
Yeah, that's the thing. You watch film on Glenwood, you know they're going to run, but when you have an offensive line like Glenwood does, you can know the run's coming, and it still might not help you.
So Silvius goes in motion. Hand off there to Isaac Bales.
Hit hard. Great tackle there by the length. However, it should be right at the first down. We'll see if they're going to measure it or not. According to the spot, it looks to me like a first down. We'll see. Nope, they will measure it.
So you might notice something different, some all new black uniforms for the Rams this year. They went all black with the black pants, so a new look, a new team.
Surprised they're measuring this early in the game?
I've always been kind of annoyed with the measurements. I don't ever understand why they can't just see down the line. He has the first down by a full ball, so But it is what it is. The Rams get a little breather, and now they have 1st and 10 from the AL 11-yard line.
The referee's first game too. Maybe they're just trying to work some stuff out
themselves. Exactly.
So. Yep. Great crowd tonight. Perfect night here in Glenwood. 9:49 to go here in the first quarter. It's 0-0, but Glenwood's knocking on the door. It's Bloom this time in shotgun formation. No, he'll go up under center. It'll be first down, handoff. No, Bloom keeps it himself, makes one guy miss, and fights for a tough about 3-yard gain.
Yeah, and that's a nice read there by Andrew Bloom. The biggest thing in this offense, the flex bone offense, the classic Corey Fost offense that he has had here for 6 years now in Glenwood. It's all about the quarterback making the right reads. Those are the base plays, those 13, 14 dives, and the quarterback has to make the read on the D end, and if you make the wrong read, it's going to be a loss of yards. So Andrew Bloom is obviously pretty good at reading those read keys.
Bales the lone step back. underneath his center. That's Bloom. Handoff, this one goes to Bales. He's hit hard, and he hangs on to the ball and gets a couple of more yards there to be about, what, 3rd down and 2. That'll put the ball right about the 4-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line of AL. Glenwood looking to score their first points of the 2017 football season, as Andrew Bloom will go under center as usual, and it will be Bales right behind him. Runner in motion, this is handed off. No, Bloom keeps it himself, pitches out, touchdown, Glenwood.
Cooper Silvius.
Silvius, the junior.
Cooper Silvius, his first of likely many touchdowns on the season. A nice, great read there by Andrew Bloom. A triple option play. He faked the handoff to Isaac Bales, saw it wasn't there. He had a tackler pursuing him around the edge. Tossed it out to his man, Cooper Silvius, and Silvius walks into the end zone for 6.
You know, that was a very unselfish play there by Andrew.
Definitely.
I think he could easily have walked that in himself. Pitched it out there to Silvius, who had definitely daylight, and overall 6 points for Glenwood.
So Trevor Stanley had to kick the extra point. It is up, and it is right through. Beautiful kick there, and the Rams are up 7-0 with 8:23 to go in the first quarter.
Tell you what, Nick, with a new offense pretty much as far as personnel out there, what Carr did on that punt return going, 40 yards?
He started on the 40 and went back to the 20, so yeah, it's 40 yards.
40-yard punt, great job by Carr. Put Glenwood in a very manageable situation on their first drive of the season, and behind the senior leading quarterback in Andrew Bloom, it was nothing but success there for Glenwood.
Right.
So with 8:23 to go, it's Glenwood 7, and it will be AL 0 as Glenwood set to kick once again.
So Nooser with a nice boot once again. He's looking good. And the AL returner will catch it at the 10-yard line. He gets around the edge across the 15. Nice pursuit there. Brett Maurer is there along with Isaac Bales to wrap him up right about where they started last time, just across the 20-yard line.
Good pursuit that time by Glenwood.
And that's one of those guys you mentioned in the podcast on Tuesday. Brett Maurer just flies down the field. He's a starting outside linebacker for the Rams, but he made some big hits on special teams last year. He's back, he's bigger, he's faster as a junior, so look for some more plays from him as the Rams will come out on defense. AL will start their drive on the shotgun from the 20-yard line.
We hand up the middle and stuffed right away, loss of yards. First, I dare say, Caleb Sanders once again.
That's Jasper Stottlemyre on the carry there. He was the Lynx leading rusher in 2016. He had almost averaged 6 yards per carry, 680 yards. He is definitely their power back, and he will look to get a lot more touches throughout the season as the Lynx are just trying to get anything going here. That'll bring up 2nd and 12, just under 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Shotgun formation.
Split out the slots. There's another handoff to Stottlemyre, and a nice tackle there by Eli Bales.
Good open field tackle there by Eli.
I think Stottlemyre probably has 50 pounds on Bales there, but a nice little tackle at the legs there from Bales, and that'll bring up a 3rd and long.
Did what they teach, go low.
So this Rams defense looking good so far.
Third down and 7 here from the 24-yard line of AL.
4 wide receivers.
Back to pass, being chased and sacked.
Oh, nice job there by Eli Bales. The blitz call right up the B gap, and Eli Bales able to take him down on the backfield.
He was there right when the quarterback got the ball.
Perfect jump snap there. That's what you call that. And so a sack there, 4th down and 15. So Jasper Stottlemyre will be out to punt again, and Zach Carr, who had a nice return last time, will be back to receive.
Carr standing at right at the 50-yard line, a little inside about the 49-yard line. This is a high,
nice
good,
punt
good
once
punter
again.
here for AL. Taking that to 50, no, and it's recovered by Glenwood. Carr, I think, took off before he had the ball. Luckily, it was recovered by the Rams.
Yeah, Ryan Leaf there on the recovery, the junior. And Carr just kind of started to look ahead and start running before he had the ball and forgot the ball. So nice job there by Leaf to jump on it, and the Rams will start with still good field position at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, unfortunately there, I think he kind of wanted to do what he did last time, but as you mentioned, sometimes just catch the ball and then go. It's first game, it'll come to you. So here comes Bloom and company for their second drive of the 2017 season. It's 7-0 with 6:16 to go in the first quarter. Andrew under center. This time it'll be Sherry right behind him. And off around.
Nice
the
little
side.
counter there. Colton Schutte on the carry gets the first down across the 45 and down to about the 41-yard line. A great counter play there. Some nice blocking from the slot, Cooper Silvius. And the Rams will have a 1st and 10 from about the 40-yard line. That's also one of the key attributes in this offense, Kevin, is the slots have to be able to block. We saw last year Jake Clark and Nate Nebel were phenomenal blockers at slot. So Schutte and Silvius are going to have to keep that in mind. You know you're a ball runner, but you got to be able to throw some blocks.
Bloom under center. It's taken by Sherry up the middle, and he's going to get about 3-4 yards. We'll call it 3 yards on first down.
Anthony Sherry, the state finalist wrestler, he was nursing a UCL injury in his elbow for about 2 or 3 weeks, kept him out of practice. He started practice Monday, and here he is starting on Friday night. So we'll see what we can see from him tonight for the Rams.
Got that big protective brace on his right arm.
Yeah.
As Bloom's under center, it's 2nd down and 7 from the 37. This one's out to Silvius around the right side, makes the cut. Makes one guy miss, and the 2 guys miss. Still on his feet. Silvius inside the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Good, tough running there by Cooper.
Yeah, some nice blocking around the edge there by the right side. That's Dylan Hupp and Cody Sorensen over there, but a great run there by Cooper Silvius. He could have been tackled at about 7 or 8 yards past the line of scrimmage, but he kept it going and got about 3 more yards. A gain of about 10 yards and a 1st down for the Rams.
Very patient that time with Silvius. Saw he had blockers in front of him. Then once he did get hit, showed his strength, broke off some tackles. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Bloom under center. Takes the snap, rolls out to his left. Looking for a man. That's Burrish. Caught it. And is down at the 11-yard line of AL. A great pass and catch there. First pass of the season by Bloom, and it's a catch by Burrish.
Yep, the corner Kreigel just kind of slipped and fell after a nice move there from Cody Burrish on the out route, and Bloom delivered a beautiful ball. They had him rolling out to his left, and you'll see that a lot since he is a lefty.
Right.
But a nice throw there on the run from Bloom, and they will have a 1st and 10 from the AL 11-yard line.
It'll be Burrish down here near side. Bloom under center. This one's going to go to Sherry, being patient. And taken down, little to no gain. We'll probably call it a 1-yard gain there by Anthony Sherry.
Yeah, on those kind of plays, those dives in this offense, you just got to kind of run straight ahead. That's one thing we saw from Laufelbein last year, is he just kind of trusted his blocks and went straight ahead. That time you saw a little bit of hesitation from Anthony Sherry. So they got to make sure they are just, nose down, some hard running. The 1-yard gain there, that'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Andrew.
One slot in the backfield, 2 wide receivers out. Schutte is split out to the left, or to the right.
Bloom gives it to Silvius over there on the right side, looking for a block. Great tackle, though. About a 1-yard gain, only maybe 2, and his number 2 on the tackle that time, it was Kleigel for AL. A great open field tackle there by the Lynx. That'll be 3rd down and 8 with 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. It's Glenwood 7 and AL 0. Glenwood tearing up some clock here and also marching the ball, which is always good to see, especially early on here in the season. First time Glenwood's been in a situation where it's 3rd and somewhat long.
Yep.
Let's see what quarterback Andrew Bloom has in store.
I got to hurry to the line here. 2 seconds left. 1 second on the play clock. Bloom gets it off, but
timeout, I believe, by Glenwood.
It looks like it.
Coach Foss saw that and he didn't like it, so he's going to take a timeout. So with 3:16 to go here in the first quarter, it's Glenwood at 7 and AL 0. We'll have third down and 8 from the 9-yard line. So Glenwood technically can get to the 1 and have another set of downs, Nick. So
yeah. So some scores around the district here. Atlantic has a 26-0 lead over Clarinda in the second quarter. Lewis Central has struck first on Harlan. They lead 7-0 in the first. Creston has a 7-0 lead over Boone in the first, and TJ has a 8-7 lead over Denison in the second quarter. I think that's all I see here from our district. We'll keep you posted on those scores around the area.
Yeah, the game up at Harlan tonight, Nick. We talked about it off the podcast and kind of off camera, but it should be a good game, and I think it'll set the tone for what we know Harlan has, and we know what Lewis Central has. They obviously have Duggan, and obviously Harlan's got a fantastic quarterback and running back up there. Should be a good game. As of right now, we still got a good one here on ourselves. So back after the timeout, it's third down and 8. Ball on the 9-yard line. Timeout by Glenwood has now Bursch wide left. Look for him, maybe Andrew to go over there as he rolls out. Pump fakes, look for Bursch, and touchdown.
Nice catch there by Cody Bursch. Got a little separation from the corner, and Andrew Bloom, another perfect ball. He's 2 for 2 on the night with 2 great throws to his favorite receiver, Cody Bursch, and the Rams are up 13-0.
Great pass by Andrew Bloom, and I tell you what, Cody will like to be on the left-hand side of this year because, as you said, with a left-handed quarterback, he will roll out to his left a lot, and I think they'll roll him out a lot just because not only his arm, but his feet.
Stanley with the extra point, straight through, so he's 2 for 2 on the night as well. The Rams have a 14-0 lead with just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. They have come out firing a nice couple defensive stops and a great third down conversion there for a touchdown. And the Rams have tacked on 7 more.
Yeah, and, first 2 drives, what I can see, going back to last year now to this year, offensive line is dominating. They're never getting pushed off the ball.
Yep.
We'll probably see that majority of the season. But then the defense, and Glenwood is probably heavily favored coming to the game, but Glenwood's defense, for a lot of guys who've been in the program but really haven't seen much starting and playing time, I think they are doing a good job of, staying home, staying in their lane.
Yep.
And, we saw Bales make that great sack, a kid who didn't play much last year.
Right.
He stepped up so far right away and made some good plays.
Yeah, and no disrespect to AL, but it's always nice to have a game that, isn't maybe the hardest team, isn't a district game, doesn't really mean a lot, to kind of sort things out, get used to the varsity football field, because a lot of these guys haven't played varsity football. As you see, Alex Nusser have another nice kick, and the returner is going to let that one go out of bounds, though. It landed towards the right hash and took a hard kick out of bounds, so the AL will get their best field position of the night, which is only the 35-yard line. So another possession here for the Lynx as they will try to get something going against this stifling defense so far.
.308 to go in the first quarter. It's been 3 and out both times for AL, Nick, and let's see if Glenwood's got a third in a row. It'll be shotgun formation. 2 receivers down here close side, 1 up on top for the Lynx. Runner in motion, back to pass, rolling out to his right and sacked right away. Man.
Guess who?
Caleb Sanders.
That was Dylan Weiser.
Was it?
Yep, but Sanders was back there. They were both back there. This defensive line is just dominating right now. There is no room to breathe for Sean Lawrenson back there for the Lynx. If I were them, the most success we've seen is those up the middle runs from Stottlemyre. So
I think they're trying to test the Glenwood cornerbacks and safeties, but they don't have time.
Right.
And off right up the middle, and no gain there. Nice job by the linebacker. Eli Bales came up and made the stop. Also, I think in there was mental. Once again, though, there when they did come up the middle, you saw Glenwood's middle linebacker and Bales just stay home, come up and make the hit too.
Yep. And, you know, just looking at this Glenwood team, this defense, they just kind of look good, especially up front. Big, tall guys, obviously really strong. They're just kind of overpowering this AL team right now. And a loud crowd here in Glenwood. It'll bring up 3rd down and 18. There's the pass from Lawrenson out to his receiver, way off the mark. No flags on the play. And once again, another stop for the Glenwood Rams.
Yep. And that time it was Bales back there putting the pressure on. And I tell you what, folks, Glenwood is getting through their line fast.
Yeah, they are quick off the ball.
And what it's doing is giving that quarterback footsteps before they're even there, and he's getting rid of that ball as fast as he can right now. Probably back on his about 44-yard line, and to be honest, I would back up a little bit further.
Yep, another nice spiraling pump from Stottlemyre. He catches it at the 40, makes a man miss. Gets about to the 45-yard line, and he's still on his feet. Almost was wrapped up, but he's eventually gang tackled there at about the 46-yard line. So about a 6-yard return for Carr. And the Ram offense, who is 2 for 2 right now on touchdowns, will come out onto the field once again.
Carr got hit hard pretty well there. Injuries today for Glenwood, it looks like, on the sideline. Guy's not dressed out today.
Yeah, I would say probably the most notable is senior Jake Mertfeld. We saw him start at safety last year. He has a foot injury right now. They're expecting him to be back middle of the season, but right now he is out. That's probably the biggest. And as well as Noah Carter as the handoff there to Josh Ruth. Ruth has some room across the 50. Ruth showing some speed across the 40, 35, and down to about the 30-yard line. A huge gain there of about 25 yards for Josh Ruth on the carry there. And that was some nice blocking. I don't know if you saw that.
Great blocking. Once again, another kid who is making plays now, who didn't last year.
Yep.
Josh, a kid who I coach in tennis, and you can see his speed out there, and it's translating now out to the football field. A good run there by Josh.
Right, and the line just parted the Red Sea there. Bloom will come out in the shotgun this time. 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Bloom takes the snap, drops back, looking, still looking, rolling out. He's going to keep it across the 30, and he's going to get down to about the 26-yard line. So he had no receivers open. He improvised and got 4 yards.
Good job there by Bloom. I think he wanted the deep ball, but smartly he just tucked it away and got the yards. A good veteran move there by Andrew. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. 14 for Glenwood and 0 for Abraham Lincoln. Ball will be on the 26-yard line of AL as Andrew Bloom will have 2nd down and 6 with 45 seconds to go. It's Bloom, shotgun formation, 2 receivers right. This one goes to Ruth again, right up the middle, and he's going to be slid down after about only a gain of 2 yards there. Good tackle there by the Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, we're seeing that's 3 times now we've seen that shotgun formation with the counter. The first time it went for 25 yards, and now that one was kind of snuffed out there by the defense, only about a yard on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Rams. And one guy you mentioned, Noah Carter, I didn't really do him justice. I forgot that he was out. He hurt his ankle. He's out this week. They're expecting him to be back in the next couple weeks, so look for him to be back out on the field soon.
Bloom shotgun. This one goes to Silvius, cuts up the middle. Plenty of room in front of him, makes a guy miss. Looking for the outside, and he's going to be walks in the end zone. Touchdown, Cooper Silvius from 25 yards out, and Glenwood is now up 20-0.
And I don't know, Kevin, but Cooper Silvius is looking good right now. That's his 2nd touchdown run on the night. That one, 25 yards. He made some crazy cuts right there to get into the end zone, and he seemed pretty hyped up after that one.
Yeah, I tell you what, once again, the thing I'm most impressed about his running so far is how patient he is.
Yep.
He followed his blockers for a while, waited, saw his hole, cut back, and he was gone.
So a little confusion here. I think they only have 10 guys on the field for the extra point. No one's really paying attention. All the coaches. Backup quarterback Andrew Holliday, who's the holder, was screaming to the sideline that they were missing a guy, and all the coaches had their back turned, probably too excited about the touchdown, and Trevor Stanley comes up short there on the extra point, kind of got under it a little too much. Nonetheless, it's a 20-0 lead after the 25-yard run from Cooper Silvius, as that was the final play of the first quarter.
Recap for the first quarter, folks. Glenwood started off with a touchdown by Silvius on an option play to the right side from 4 yards out. Then it was a touchdown pass from Andrew Bloom to Cody Burrish. And Glenwood followed it up with a third touchdown in 1 quarter from Andrew Bloom to, actually no, that was a run, a 25-yard run, by Cooper Silvius. So Silvius has 2 touchdowns tonight, and Bloom to Burrish for the other touchdown. Overall, a good first half. The only thing they kind of messed up on is the extra point there, and I don't even blame that one on Stanley.
No.
It was a miscommunication on personnel, and then it was a rush.
Yeah,
kick.
when you gotta run into the kick, and the hold's really fast and the snap's really fast, you can't really blame him for that one. But now we're finally going to see some play on the other side of the field. We haven't seen that at all so far.
The bleachers are shaking. Glenwood crowd is rocking so well.
Nice kick there. Once again, that's 4 nice kicks there from Alex Nusser as the AL returner loses the ball. A nice hit there from Colton Schutte before the returner is finally brought down at the 24-yard line. And Schutte with a huge...
I don't even think that guy had the ball.
No, he didn't have the ball, but he just decided to run down there and blow him up. That's kind of how kickoff team works, but that was a nice hit.
So AL will start the second quarter with the ball from their own 24-yard line, right about where they've been the entire night, besides the one spot where Glenwood kicked it out of bounds and they're placed at the 35-yard line. Other than that, that's about as far as they've gone. It's been 3 and out. Shotgun formation here for AL. Quarterback back to pass, looking for somebody to get open, and it'll go across the middle through the hands of the receiver and almost intercepted there by Glenwood. That was 14 there. That's Maurer who about intercepted that ball right through his hands, and it'll be second down and long here for Abraham Lincoln. It'll be shotgun once again formation, and the reason they're doing that is try to get the ball out of their hands as quickly as possible. 2 receivers left to right. Shotgun formation, back to pass, and dump down.
Oh.
And it's going to be off the back of a receiver for, actually might have been a lineman.
Yeah,
hit off of.
I think it was a screen pass, and on screen passes you clear all the linemen out, and you have them go ahead of the guy that's getting the screen and block, but I think the throw was so offline because the Ram defensive line was in the backfield so fast that it bounced off one of the linemen, and Caleb Sanders was quick to jump on it. He thought maybe it was a fumble, but they'll call it an incomplete pass. Nonetheless, it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
3rd and long once again for these AL Lynx. Back on their own 24-yard line. 4 receivers once again for AL. Shotgun, back to pass. Flip through. And once again, a nice tackle there by Eli Bales in the open field. And I'm going to keep hitting it on the head, but once again, he stayed home. Did not pursue the quarterback until he got up there, made a good one-on-one tackle, or else, you know what, he had 10, 15 yards.
He had, and I mean, once again, we sounded like a broken record, but he was flushed out of the pocket so fast it was ridiculous, and that's why I kind of had that little chuckle in there. Lawrenson had absolutely no time before he had to take off running. So now another punt there by Jasper Stottlemyre. And a flag is on the play. It'll be Zach Carr to take it from the 35-yard line. Carr gets across the 40, tries to make a move, and breaks a tackle across the 45, spinning around, and finally brought down at about the 50-yard line. A flag is on the play in the backfield.
Are they running it to the kicker or not?
I'm not sure. I know Ryan Leith was a little confused on that play. They had nobody covering the gunner on the far side. He had to sprint out there at the last second, so I don't know if maybe that gunner got to jump too fast.
Might have picked it up. Oh, it was tripping an official, a sideline warning.
Okay. So that's
not
what
sure
that
if
means.
it was on TJ or AL or Glenwood's or AL side.
I think it was over on AL side because the guy threw the flag over there. Anyway, they tripped the official, so they threw the flag. It's just a sideline warning. No harm, no foul. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 49-yard line. 10:55 to go here in the second quarter. They're going to try to go 4 for 4 on possession so far.
Once again, a great stop by AL. Still no first down, Vic.
So Bloom comes out in the shotgun. First down at 10. Bloom takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his left. Looking, still looking. Now he's going to take off and run. Bloom gets across the 50, down to about the 45-yard line before he's shoved out of bounds. That'll bring up about 2nd and 4. A nice 6-yard gain there from Bloom.
Took a pretty big hit there.
I think they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 49, so only about a 2-yard gain. He must have gone out of bounds before he was actually brought down.
Yeah, it's tough. It's always tough when you're up in the press box and have to walk all the way across and you have all those jerseys right in front of you. But nonetheless, it's 2nd down and 8 from Glenwood, AL's 49-yard line.
So Bloom comes down the shotgun. He's going to have 2 wide receivers split out to his right. Here is Silvius on the carry. Silvius breaking a tackle, gets across the 50, down to about the 45-yard line. So that'll bring up about 3rd and 4, a 4-yard gain there for Silvius.
Silvius looks good so far.
Oh, yeah, he is. I mean, he's just such, like you said, he's such a patient runner.
He is.
Waits for his blocks, and he's not afraid to put his head down and knock some heads because he has broken a lot of tackles so far.
And you can see that once he sees that lane open, he'll go. And you know that it takes someone in the NFL who does that really well. I'm not comparing these two guys to someone who does that really well in the NFL is Elliott.
Yep. Shotgun
by Bloom. Back to pass. Rolling out to his right this time. Well, set his feet. Nope. Tried to make a man miss. Logan deep downfield.
Oh, no way.
Touchdown.
Oh, what a play there from Andrew Bloom. He rolled out to his right. He couldn't find anybody. There was pressure in his face. He saw deep downfield. Colton Schutte was just standing with his arms waving like he was about to return a punt. And Bloom just launched it up there on the money. And Colton Schutte just caught it like apples in a basket there. What a play there from Andrew Bloom.
You know how I
touchdown Rams.
Say gamer. That was a gamer right there.
That is a gamer. Staying with the play. More confusion here on the extra point from the Rams. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it is good this time. No, it's not good. Off to the right side there from Trevor Stanley. So with 9:55 to go in the second quarter, it's 26-0 after a beautiful play from Andrew Bloom.
Unbelievable.
There's something about, just improvising. And when you hold the ball back there for so long, those defensive backs in those corners just kind of start to look for the play instead of staying on their man.
Yep.
And that's why Colton Schutte was so wide open. It looked like he was ready to return a punt with that, with where he was.
Their safety bit
yep.
when Andrew was rolling out. I don't think he thought there was any way Andrew was going to set his feet and then throw it.
Right.
He tried to backpedal, did a pretty good job, but at the end of the day, it's 6 points for Glenwood. A good touchdown pass there by Andrew Bloom. That's 2 touchdown passes for him. And to be honest, I'm not sure if he has a...
I don't think he's thrown an incomplete pass yet.
Perfect so far. Kind of been the story of Glenwood besides the special teams, which they'll get figured out. 9:55 to go here before halftime. It's all Glenwood early on here. 3A versus 4A school up in County Bluff. Glenwood versus Abraham Lincoln. And Glenwood kicks it off. Fielded by AL on their own 15-yard line to the 20. Got a good block and then taken down a fumble. And it's going to be recovered by the Rams. Good job there by, I think it was 65 who came in there and popped out the ball. I think it was Parker Sell. He came full steam, and I believe he knocked it out. I'm not sure who recovered it for Glenwood, but Glenwood is going to be right back in scoring position, folks. And Andrew and company will come right back out there on AL's 27-yard line.
Yeah, this is just kind of when all things fall apart for AL, and we're not even 3 minutes into this second quarter yet. So if I were a backup for Glenwood, I would be getting ready because it probably won't be long before we see them, as the Rams will take over at the 27-yard line of AL with a 1st and 10, up by 26 already. And flags on the play. It looks like they might have had a motion penalty.
Two guys are moving at the same time.
And that's one thing with this offense is on almost every down there's a guy in motion.
Yep.
Whether it's a slot coming around, whether it's a receiver coming in, there's motion on almost every play. So, there's bound to be motion penalties. We see it a lot with this Rams offense.
Actually surprised, Nick, that's the first one I've seen us have. If not, maybe another one early on, but, you'll get that, as we talked about. Yeah, the score is already 26-0, but there's a lot of new kids out here as far as getting quality varsity time starting, so that'll happen. I'll back Glenwood up. First down and 15 now from the 32-yard line of AL.
So Bloom will come out in the shotgun. He has two wide receivers to his left, one to his right. Ruth goes in motion. He's going to hand it to the outside to Ruth. Ruth trying to improvise, doesn't have a lot of blocking around the edge. He's going to get down to about the 30-yard line. It's a 2-yard gain. And that'll bring up second down and 13 for the Rams. That's a tough play. I remember having run those plays. They call it Jerry and Jello. It's just basically a jet sweep out of the shotgun. And it's a tough play for the linemen because they have to get out on the edges so fast to block. That sometimes they won't get out there fast enough and they'll miss some blocks and it'll look a lot worse than it really was. So now Bloom comes out once again in the shotgun, one wide receiver to his left, two to his right. Bloom takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his right, throws across his body to Schutte. Schutte goes up to get it, and a nice catch there by Colton Schutte. It'll only be good for about 5 yards, but a great job there to high point the ball there from Schutte as the defender was draped all over him. And that's the second connection we've seen from Bloom to Schutte. And if they can get Colton Schutte going in the passing game, that could be useful down the road.
It's kind of funny because last year it was the old quarterback Bloom catching passes from Wilwarding. Now, last year the backup was Schutte,
right,
and he's catching passes from Bloom.
Exactly. So Bloom comes out in the shotgun once again. One wide receiver to his right, two to his left. He's going to roll out to his left, pressure coming. He's going to try to tuck and run. Bloom gets across the 20-yard line, but that's about all. He's going to be close to the first down marker, but I don't think he has it. He was tackled right at the 20. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up fourth down and 3.
Fouls going for this.
Oh, I mean, you can't kick a 40-yard field goal, so.
No, and we know what points does, and as far as tiebreakers go. So
exactly.
Folks, it's not like the olden days. If you can score, you got to score.
Exactly.
There's nothing about it, especially the first half. Man, 7 minutes and 51 seconds to go in the first half. I like to see Glenwood pick this one up. Fourth down and 3 from the 20-yard line of AL. It's a bunch formation.
Yep. They're going to go stack. They're going to go heavy to the right, and now a timeout there called by head coach Corey Faust. And the Rams will come to the sideline. 7:40 to go here in the second quarter. The Rams will have a 4th and 3 from the AL 20-yard line. They're up 26-0. They're here early in the game.
Good teaching moment right here, I think, is what Coach Faust is doing. The situation they'll have probably many times this season, and you might as well get the play call you like right away. And
right.
At the same time, they're not going to show too much. It's not like Glenwood's offense is too crazy; it's pretty vanilla, so they're not going to show their cards too much for the rest of this game.
So some more scores around the district. Atlantic, I think you're going to beat me on this pick. Atlantic has a 33-0 lead over Clarinda.
Yeah.
The game of the week, Lewis Central has a 21-7 lead over Harlan up there in Harlan. And Creston has gained a 14-0 lead over Boone. And they said both of those games were in the second quarter. And Thomas Jefferson now has a 14-7 lead over Denison Schleswig in the second.
I like to see that Creston score. That's good.
Yep.
Good for Creston. As Nick mentioned in his article, folks, Boone's the team who knocked them off last year.
Yep.
So for them to bounce back and then now be up 14-0 against Boone on the road, too, might I add you.
Right.
A good start for Creston Panthers, who are ranked in the top 10 and Class 3A.
So the Rams sprinting out onto the field. They have 10 seconds left on the play clock here. Struggling to get to their spots. They're going to come out in a stack formation to the right this time. He's going to hand it up the middle to Josh Ruth.
He has it.
And it looks like he's going to have the first down. He got down to about the 16-yard line, 16.5-yard line. So that looks like a first down.
Should be it by a ball again.
I'm sure they'll measure it. Nope, they're not going to measure it. First down there for the Rams, and that's what we call a wedge, and we've seen that a lot last year. I remember in that Carroll game last year, the quarterfinal game, all they did was run wedge, just up the middle over and over and over. And on that play, they stacked the left side with a couple different slots and a tight end, and they were able to get Ruth the yardage. So Bloom is back under center. I think that's Isaac Bales in the backfield. Silvius goes in motion. It's going to be a read option. Isaac is going to have the carry across the 20-yard line down to about the, across the 15, down to about the 13-yard line. So a 3-yard gain there for the Rams. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
.7:01 to go here in the second quarter. It's Glenwood 26 and AL 0. Ball will be on the 12 of Abraham Lincoln. It's 2nd down and 6 here for Andrew Bloom and company.
So the Rams come out with a squeeze to the right, tight end to the right. Schutte goes in motion. It's going to be a toss to the outside. Right side, Schutte cuts it back up the middle. Not a lot there. Gets down across the 10 to about the 9. It's a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Rams. So we're not seeing a lot of big plays coming from the running game, but, you know, you'll take 3 yards of play every time.
That's what wears down defenses.
Yep.
Especially with Glenwood's offensive line. You can always see Abraham Lincoln with their hands on their hips.
Yep.
And they've been on the field for a while because Glenwood returned or got the punt or the kickoff on the fumble. So their defense has to be tired.
So Bloom comes out under center once again. One split out right receiver. Silvius goes in motion. Toss to the outside to Silvius. Silvius makes a man miss in the backfield. Gets across the 5, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Cooper Silvius. His 3rd on the night for the junior. And Cooper Silvius is having himself a night as the Rams go up 32-0 here with 5:58 to go in the second quarter.
Good runner for Glenwood there. And we've said his name 3 times now in the book. A 3rd touchdown in 1 half, and there's still 5:58 to go by Silvius. A patient runner, folks, and honestly, once again there, he could have been stopped right at the line of scrimmage, but followed his blockers, was very patient, and got it done. Fumble the snap. Holiday's going to roll out now. Throws it in the end zone, and the incomplete. Intended receiver was Burrish. A low snap. Holiday, who is the backup quarterback for Glenwood, picked it up. Calm and cool collective, and passed it on the number just out of reach for out of the hands, of Burrish. So, I believe it's 35, Nick, when the clock continues to run.
Right. I think it's in the second half, though.
Is it?
I think they have to go up
at least
by more. Yeah. But you know, with the way this game's going, I don't see it doing anything different.
Glenwood looks impressive.
Yeah, I mean, Cooper Silvius is just having a night. I know he's already going to be the player of the game if he keeps going at the rate he's going. He's had just some nice runs. I mean, right there you saw on the toss play, the DN came right upfield around the edge, and Silvius just cut it back in. He didn't panic. He didn't try to stiff arm him or anything. He just waited for his blockers. The blockers eventually came, and he just walked into the end zone.
Kick underway. This is taken by AL at their own 10-yard line. Up to 15. Block in the back, no call. And finally take it down. Good open field tackle by Brett Maurer. Maurer in on some tackles there on the special team so far today. So AL will have the ball on their own, 22-yard line, 23-yard line. Right on the 22, to be exact. It's 5:50 to go in the first half, and it is all Glenwood Rams so far. No first downs by AL. Suffocating defense by the Rams. And their shotgun formation, 4 receivers out, and sack. It'll be Bales and Sanders there for the sack. Both will be credited for, I would assume, would be a half sack apiece. And I've seen a lot of defensive line folks for Glenwood play a lot of different teams.
Yep.
And so it's good play calling too by coaches, but at the same time, these guys are beasts up there. They're just throwing these linemen of AL decided to get right back there. Shotgun, 3 receivers left, 1 right, up the middle, and stuff little to no gain. It's going to be, let's see, it's Bales and 39. That'll be Isaac Bales and Bales, the Bales brothers.
That's always cool. I see number 62, Logan Geesting, is into the game for the Rams, the 6'2", 240-pound senior. He is in for, who's not out there? Weiser. Weiser is on the sideline.
3rd and 13. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Shotgun, and we're going to have flags, and there'll be a broken up play. That would be a false start.
Yep. So nothing is going well for Abraham Lincoln right now. They brought a pretty good crowd tonight, but they are seeing nothing but Glenwood football here tonight.
Talked to Trooper Miller yesterday, and he said that new coach here for AL, starting the program around, got some good athletes on here. Look for them to hopefully get something rolling. And as I just say, that an incomplete pass, and it will be 4th and 24 from their own 8-yard line, and Glenwood might bring the house here.
I mean,
this punt.
You look at that play, and once again, a broken record, but they tried that screen pass again, and the defensive line was in the backfield so fast the screen man couldn't even get out in time before Lawrenson had to throw it away. So now Stottlemyre is back to punt it. He gets it away, a nice punt there. Carr going back, and the punt will drop and bounce out of bounds around the 50-yard line. So a nice, about a 50-yard punt there from Stottlemyre.
Tell you what, he's a good punter.
Yeah, I mean, that is a very useful thing to have a guy like that that can get you out of a hole. They just have to start getting something on offense if they have any kind of remote chance to try and come back. But it's not looking good right now as the Rams offense comes back out on the field. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the first half. A 32-0 lead for the Rams, and they will have the ball at the 50-yard line.
Crazy thing is, too, there's a couple of guys out right now that could be starters for Glenwood, and they're still looking this well. And Bloom will come under center here. Receiver up top, one receiver left. Man in motion. This goes right to Sherry up the middle, and he missed one tackle, then back down to, maybe just a 1-yard line there, or 1-yard carry.
And that's the thing I'm seeing, the difference between Bales and Sherry right now. Bales is just straight ahead. He's just running straight to the hole. Even if it's not there, he's hitting the hole, seeing if he can get anything out of it. Sherry's kind of doing the hesitation, trying to maybe bounce it outside a little bit. That works on the outside runs, but when you're just running, when you're doing those dives, you have to just run straight ahead and trust that those blockers will be there. And Sherry hasn't done that yet so far, so he has to try to make sure he can hit those holes hard.
Bloom under center.
Nice counter play there from Schutte. Schutte breaks a couple tackles, and I think he's going to have the first down.
Another guy that's looking good tonight, too, Schutte. Long touchdown catch. Had a great catch, leaping catch over here, close side of about 30-yard line. And, big thing with this Glenwood team, they're breaking tackles and getting extra yards after being hit. So
yeah, they're not scared to just keep running.
No, that shows you the weight room.
And I can tell you right now that Noah Carter, who's sitting there on the sideline with an ankle injury, is just like that. That kid is hard to bring down. So when they get him back, it's just going to be another weapon on offense for the Rams. There's a counter there to Cooper Silvius. Nice pursuit there from Jasper Stottlemyre, the senior linebacker for the Lynx. He holds Silvius to about no gain, maybe a yard. The shortest run we've seen from him tonight. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line of AL. Just under 3 minutes now to go here in the first half. So Bloom is going to fake the handoff, drops back to pass, looks deep, and in and out of the hands of senior Nate Kennedy. Kennedy was wide open, and Bloom put it on a dime, but Kennedy was not able to make the grab.
Man, that was 6 all over.
Oh, it was easy 6. He was 5 yards from the end zone.
What a ball, too.
That is Bloom's first incomplete pass of the night, and it was right through the hands of Kennedy, so he has been borderline perfect. As you see over here, Andrew Holliday, the backup quarterback, the junior, is warming up.
I think he might be just taking practice long.
Maybe. They have had trouble with that, so we'll see. I would not be surprised if we see him come into the game in the second half, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So Bloom drops back to pass. He's going to roll out to his left, finding trouble. He's going to see Schutte right down the middle, and Schutte drops it this time. Colton Schutte was wide open down the seam and was not able to make the grab. Andrew Bloom with another beautiful pass.
Right on the money.
Right on the money, just straight in the face mask of Schutte. He wasn't able to make the grab, and that'll bring up 4th down and 9. So that would be, if we could nitpick one thing from this Rams performance so far, that would be it, is you have to catch the ball, especially when you're not covered.
Positive note I like to see so far from Andrew is, taking the year off of quarterback, he hasn't lost a step with his arm.
Right, and he's just so poised back there. He never gets flustered.
Keel.
So Bloom will be in the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Quick blitz there, and Bloom is going to be brought down after getting maybe a yard or two, but it's not going to matter as it was 4th down and 9. Bloom had no chance to throw it. A nicely timed blitz there from the AL defense. And here comes the Glenwood D as AL will take over at their own 36-yard line.
So Glenwood stalls out first time of the night, and they had 2 chances for 6. So, and honestly,
even then, yeah.
You need to capitalize on that stuff. I mean, right now, you're up 32-0. But against good teams,
yeah, you're not going to be able to make those drops, right?
Yeah, those are 6. You got to get those points. 2:26 to go in first half. It is Glenwood 32 and AL 0. Here's one thing that AL still looking for a first down.
Yeah, that is crazy. You're keeping track of that. I haven't been keeping track of that, but you're right. Lawrenson will drop back to pass. Flag is up. And another flag is up as Cohen Watson on the coverage there had a grab of Kleigel.
I think he has 2 passing interference on one play.
Was it up on the line too?
He was jamming them too far here and then down there.
Yeah. And like I said, this inexperienced defensive backfield, Watson's brand new to the lineup. We saw him made some great plays in JV football last year, getting his first game, and that's what I meant by this being a nice game to have as your first one. Just being able to get used to it and real game situations. A legal shift will be the penalty on the line, so they're going to offset. That's fortunate for the Rams.
And even on that pass interference call, he's being aggressive there.
Right.
He wasn't really getting burnt. He was just going for the ball. He kind of pushed the guy out of the way to try to get the interception. I like seeing that play there from Watson, even though it did pick up a penalty, but they offset.
So shotgun now for Lawrence, and he drops back to pass, throws, and it's going to be picked off by Brett Maurer. Maurer gets across the 40-yard line, and he's down at the 35. Junior Brett Maurer is hyped up after that one. An interception there for the Rams, and they will take over once again.
He is pumped.
Oh, my gosh. And a funny story about Brett Maurer, we walked out of school today, and his parents surprised him with a brand-new BMW. So it is a good day for Brett Maurer. His first varsity interception and a new car for Mr. Maurer.
Mr. Maurer. I tell you what, he missed one of those earlier. Went through his hands off the receiver. You could tell he wanted that one.
Oh, my gosh.
And
what a day
there's a kid
for
we
him.
talked about on Tuesday.
Exactly. He is going to be a big part of this defense. So the Rams will take over once again, 1st and 10 from the 36. It'll be Bloom under center, 2:08 to go here in the first half. Silvius is going to go in motion. Bloom takes the snap, and he is going to fake it one way and hand it the other, as it is Colton Schutte on the carry. Nice counter play. He gets across the 30-yard line down to the 29. It's a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Tell you what, there are some athletic Rams on offense right now, at both sides of the ball. The whole field right now, they're just athletes.
Earth all over the place.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So Bloom comes out once again. One receiver split to his right, one to his left. Under center, Silvius goes in motion. He's going to split out wide, and that's going to be a false start there. Isaac Bales missed the snap. Kind of looked like it was going to be a screen play to Nate Kennedy. I kind of would have liked to see that.
They wanted Silvius to go down block.
Yeah.
Would have been a good play.
Yeah. Maybe they'll try it again, as Isaac Bales, the halfback, just had a little flinch there. That will back them up 5 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd and 8 now from the 34-yard line.
32-0. Glenwood leads AL. It's 1:31 to go here in the first half. Talk about the numbers real quick here, folks, for Glenwood. I think it's 100 20, something like that, between freshmen and seniors.
Yeah, it's crazy. They have a lot of guys out for football this season. And that's what happens when you have a great season. Winning begets winning, and winning begets numbers. So Bloom is under center. Silvius goes in motion. Then he's just going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it. It's going to be a triple option. Bloom is going to tuck it and run, but he doesn't have much there. A gain of nothing. Brought down at the 34-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. A nice defense pursuit on the outside there from Abraham Lincoln.
Good athletic kid there, Schnademeyer.
Yep.
For AL.
To be 6 foot, 245 pounds, and to be able to move like that, that is impressive.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice?
Man. And he's not chubby either.
No,
I mean, he is just a block.
He's an athletic kid.
Yeah. So 3rd down and 8 now for the Rams. 36 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And Bloom's going to fake the handoff, drop back to pass. Looks deep, and it's incomplete. And Bloom was hit on the play. Pretty hard, blindsided there.
Yeah, sandwich.
Gets up, and he's just fine. So now 4th down and 8. 27 seconds to go here in the first half. And I have a feeling they're just going to... I mean, they can't kneel it now, but
they'll go for end zone.
Go for the end zone once again.
Well, your defense hasn't given up a first down yet.
Right. They're going to sub in Kennedy and Ruth. They're going to bring out Von Essen and Bales, so they're obviously going with their deep ball here.
I think they might be surprised if they don't see that Silvius come out.
So Bloom is going to be in the shotgun. 2 wide receiver to his left, 1 to his right. Bloom's going to roll out to his left. He's going to look deep across the middle for Schutte, and he's overthrown there. That's the first kind of bad throw we've seen from Andrew Bloom. Schutte was double covered, so even if it would have been on the target, I'm not sure he would have made the catch. But it does bring up a 1st and 10 for AL with 22 seconds here to go in the first half.
The 2017 commercials aren't fully completed yet, folks, so we will run the 2016-17 season. And if you're watching and still would like to be one, we have spots open, and we would love for you to be on board here with GlenwoodSports.com, bringing you all coverage year-round. Glenwood's finest here.
So the Rams come out in a nickel defense. Kennedy and Burrish way back there, about 20 yards off the ball. Now Lawrenson is just going to tuck and run. He's going to get across the 45-yard line, and Brett Maurer.
You got to be careful there.
Yeah, with a pretty late hit there, out of bounds. Lawrenson had already stepped out of bounds, and Maurer came in and made the hit. He got away with it, though. It's going to be a 1st down and 10. A gain of about 12 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line for AL.
I think he was mad that they got a 1st down, to be honest.
And I can tell you one thing about Brett, being his friend, is he is a fiery guy.
Yeah,
you do not want to get him riled up, or he is going to come
like
hit
that.
you.
You need that in a linebacker, though.
Yep. So it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 47. Lawrenson in the shotgun, drops back to pass, has a little time. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it, gets across the 50 and down to about the 46-yard line. Once again, Sean Lawrenson has just not been able to throw the ball. I mean, he cannot get the ball off. And it's going to be a timeout here by AL with 3.4 seconds to go.
Interception.
They will have a 2nd and about 2 yards from the Glenwood 45-yard line. This is the first time they've crossed.
Yeah, and here's where Glenwood just kind of needs to strap up their helmets, get off the field, and move on.
Right.
Don't take any time off. Not saying they're not really trying. They're going after it, but they're up 32-0. I think the players are probably thinking they're just going to run the clock out. And now, just to, I would say, be safe is nothing behind you.
Yep.
No stupid penalties here. No late hits on the quarterback. Just get into halftime injury-free up 32-0 against 4A school.
And I'm glad you said injury-free because, we know that Andrew Bloom is nursing a groin injury. He didn't see a down of football in that black and gold scrimmage last week, so I have a feeling they're probably going to pull him pretty quickly, along with Anthony Sherry, who's also nursing an elbow injury. So up 32-0 going into the second half. They're going to have some backups coming in. But first, with 3 seconds to go, it's going to be Lawrenson to roll out for the Lynx. He's going to fire it deep to the outside, and the pass is incomplete, out of bounds there, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. So the Rams have just come out firing here in the first half of the 2017 season. Your score at halftime: Glenwood 32, and Abraham Lincoln 0. We will bring you the second half here in a bit on GlenwoodSports.com.
Once again, folks, I'll remind you that we're going to play the 2016 commercials back here for you. The 17 ones will be out here next week. But once again, thank our sponsors, and thank you so much that you guys on board. Games like this is not available to you.
Methodist Physicians Clinic is back as a supporter of GlenwoodSports.com, located at 320 Eball Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. They are here to meet your needs with local providers, so stop in and see them or give them a call at 712-527-5204. Sharp Street Groomers is back as a sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 102 South Walnut on the town square, Sharp Street Groomers is a place for your dog to go get pampered. Whether your dog needs a nail trim, bath, cut, or furminated, stop by or give them a call at 712-527-5553. Sharp Street Groomers will take all shapes and sizes of dogs, so come on in and pamper your dog. State Farm Insurance with Marty Stavas is back as a sponsor on GlenwoodSports.com. State Farm Insurance is located at 10 North Locust here in Glenwood, Iowa. They offer auto, home, life, and renter's insurance. Call them at 712-527-5480 or check out their website at statefarm.com. Barrett Auto Center is back as a premium supporter here on GlenwoodSports.com. Stop down and see Scott and Laura Barrett at 401 South Locust Street. Barrett Auto is your local, complete auto service car dealership. Barrett Auto Center has a wide variety of vehicles for all your needs. And if they don't have it, they will find it. Also, stop by and see their new Hercules tires. They come with a 3-year free road hazard nationwide service, along with a 30-day test trial. Check out their website at barrettautocenter.com or give them a call at 712-527-5525. Best Finish Auto Sales and Services is back as a premium sponsor for GlenwoodSports.com. Looking to buy, sell, or trade in your vehicle? Well, look no further than Glenwood's very own Best Finish Auto. They are the place to go for all your auto needs, whether it to be to service oil changes, collisions, or state inspections. Give them a call at 712-800-1188 or stop by at 209 Sharp Street. Welcome El Porton to the 2016-2017 sports season as a local sponsor for GlenwoodSports.com. El Porton is a family-owned Mexican grill located at 612 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. If you're looking for a good bite to eat, stop in at El Porton, where they have daily specials on a variety of things. First National Bank is back as a sponsor on GlenwoodSports.com. Stop in and see Doug Megason and the rest of the bankers located at 102 South Walnut here in Glenwood, Iowa. Check out their online banking, credit, and financial services for consumers and businesses at firstnational.com or give them a call at 712-527-3171. Welcome Fit for Life to the 2016-2017 sports season as a local premium sponsor for GlenwoodSports.com. Fit for Life will help you develop the skills you need to bring your A game to every game. They work with athletes and individuals of all ages and abilities to help reach their goals. Open 24/7, Fit for Life is the perfect gym no matter what your schedule looks like. They have an array of weight equipment and machines to go along with their indoor basketball court and 75 by 30 foot turf facility that has access to an indoor batting cage and golf area. Stop by and get signed up today at 501 Railroad Avenue or give them a call at 712-328-1000. Welcome Great Western Bank to the 2016-2017 sports season as a local sponsor here on GlenwoodSports.com. At Great Western Bank, they are focused on making life great for the people and community here in Glenwood, Iowa. Located at 201 South Locust Street, give them a call at 712-527-4826 for all your banking needs. Glenwood State Bank is back as a sponsor on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 32 North Walnut on the west side of the square. Serving Southwest Iowa since 1899, Glenwood State Bank is a bank for all your needs. Check out their online services at GlenwoodStateBank.com or give them a call at 712-527-3157. Welcome Iowa Storage to the 2016-2017 sports season as a premium local sponsor for GlenwoodSports.com. Looking for a place to store some of your possessions? Boat, camper, or vehicle? Look no further than Glenwood's very own Iowa Storage, located at 59619 220th Street. They offer multiple sizes of storage units along with outdoor storage that is on concrete. Give them a call at 712-527-3311 and reserve your unit today. Jeff Henry Chevrolet is back as a premium supporter on GlenwoodSports.com. Take the new bridge over and talk with Glenwood's very own Dave Wilson, or give him a call at 402-296-3210 for your next new or used vehicle needs. Jeff Henry Chevrolet is located in Plattsmouth, Nebraska. No matter who you are, they will have your car at Jeff Henry Chevrolet. Check out their line of vehicles and more at jeffhenrychevrolet.com. Jim Hughes Real Estate is back as a supporter on GlenwoodSports.com. Located at 410 South Locust Street here in Glenwood, Iowa. Looking to buy or sell your home? Well, look no further than Glenwood's very own Jim Hughes Real Estate. You can contact Jim Hughes Real Estate at 712-527-3114 or visit their website at jimhughesrealestate.com. Welcome Jay Wren to the 2016-2017 sports season as a local sponsor for GlenwoodSports.com. Jay Wren is your local shopping destination for all women of all ages. Why travel to Omaha when you can stop by Glenwood's very own Indie Boutique, located on the west side of the square at 16 North Walnut. Stop in and see Jenny, and shop local here at Jay Wren.
All right, folks, we're back here on GlenwoodSports.com. It's Kevin Tucker alongside Nick Stavas, who is going to read some scores from around the district.
Yeah, so Atlantic has a 40-0 lead over Clarinda in the fourth quarter. Lewis Central has a 24-14 lead over Harlan at halftime. That's a big game up there in Harlan. Creston is tied with Boone early in the third quarter in Boone, and Thomas Jefferson has a 14-7 lead over Denison Schleswig. Carroll, last time I checked, had a 10-point lead over South Central Calhoun. And Bondurant Farrar leads in Winterset 10-0 at halftime. So looking around the district for the Rams, not a lot of winning going on. Winterset's down, Carroll's up, but Harlan's down, Creston's tied. So this district that was almost unbeatable last year is seeing some trouble in week one, other than Glenwood.
And the thing is, we talked about that. You really brought it up on the podcast, Nick, was the amount of seniors of that district graduated last year, and it's us, Harlan, and this is early, folks. You can take my word on it. Right. I think this is going to be us, Harlan, and Creston fight for it.
And the team that can win the most out of those three games is going to probably take the district. If a team can win
both those matchups,
yeah, that's going to be huge.
Huge.
Now, if they all go 1-1, we're going to have a parity in
that's
District
go
7.
To this.
And, right, exactly.
Points.
But yeah, I mean, you look at the district from last year. Schultz from Creston's gone. Malinsky from Carroll's gone. Both all-state players. The two receivers.
Ross, Millerman.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Who are the Harlan receivers? Rasmussen and Sears.
Sears.
Yeah, they're both gone. So, the district is.
I believe it's Dylan Sears. He was all-state baseball too. A good athlete. There's some good kids graduated. And the biggest thing I'm seeing, and it's early and whatever, but programs like Glenwood's now, I think, a program. If that makes any sense to a lot of folks out there.
Yeah.
Meaning, when we used to graduate good classes, senior classes like that, it'd be a year or two where we might,
Right.
Now we're just plugging guys in and going.
There's a difference between a program and just another team.
Yes.
And when you have then I think you're kind of on the same page. When you think of a program like Harlan as a football program, they are good.
Correct.
Every year, year in and year out. Last year they went 4-5, and that was their worst season under Kurt for 30 years.
We went 4-5 for about 20 years straight.
Right, and I'm not putting Glenwood on the same level as Harlan, that's won 11 state titles in the last 20 years, but they're just kind of that team that you look to rebuild every year. As we see the opening kickoff taken by Colton Schutte, and Colton Schutte gets it across the 50, across the 45, and down inside AL territory at about the 37-yard line. A bad kick there by the Lynx, and Schutte caught it at about the 20-yard line. He was an up man and was able to make something out of it, and he gets back to the AL 38-yard line, and that'll bring up first down and 10 for the Rams. So the starting lineup will go back out there on offense for now.
Probably give him a drive or two.
Yeah, but I have a feeling soon enough we'll end up. Yeah, we'll end up seeing the backups. But yeah, you do want to get it to 35, get the clock running, the mercy rule. I don't know if the mercy rule is the politically correct term now, but that's what we'll call it. So Bloom's going to come out in the shotgun. He's going to have a two-wide receiver set to his left, one to his right. Ruth is going to go in motion. He's just going to block, flips it out to Kennedy. Bloom gets it out to Kennedy. Kennedy gets away. Kennedy breaks a tackle, gets across the 10, and he's going to be into the end zone. Nate Kennedy with a beautiful run and a burst of speed. A 37-yard pass play from Bloom to Kennedy on the first play of the second half, and the Rams have gone up 38-0.
That's where he just showed his track speed, folks.
Yep.
Give him credit.
Yeah.
Caught the ball, made a guy miss, juked another guy, and then you saw those guys had angles on him. It didn't matter.
At the 20-yard line, he just kicked it into second gear, and he was gone. So Nate Kennedy, his first year playing football since 8th grade, just decided to come out. I think it was a bet between Kennedy and Bloom that if Kennedy were to play football, then Bloom would run track. So we'll see if they actually follows through with that as Trevor Stanley knocks through the PAT. to make it 39-0. But Nate Kennedy with his first touchdown grab, high school touchdown of his career here on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. And with 11:42 to go in the third quarter, the Rams lead 39-0 over AL. So that's the first connection. We saw Kennedy drop a pass wide open. He got his redemption there, breaking a tackle, juking a guy out. And the Rams are just rolling once again. They pick up right where they left off. So we have a final score, the first final score of the night in the district, as Atlantic takes a 40-0 win over Clarinda. Atlantic,
that game is fast.
Yeah, Atlantic, I'm sure the mercy rule kicked in and they just kind of flew through it. But Atlantic was kind of a cellar dweller these last couple of years, but a big win, 40-point win in week 1 for the Trojans, as Nusser will come out to kick off for the Rams.
And, with Kennedy and that touchdown there, another weapon now we're talking about. The amount of weapons on this Glenwood team, where they were behind some good seniors, some great seniors last year, and then Bloom took one of those spots being a wideout. They're shining today. Yep. 39-0. Kickoff here for Glenwood. It's a high kick over here on the near side. It's going to bounce and hopefully does not go out. It's going to be an onside kick. Recovered by Glenwood. I don't know if he thought it was a punt or what, but Glenwood went all the way down.
It was kind of a pooch kick.
And got on the ball, and here we go. Rams knocking on the door. They're going to be on the 25-yard line of AL. So, wow, we'll take it. 39-0. All Glenwood so far. 11-11 to go in the game. Nope, going in the third quarter. Getting ahead of myself. Bloom, shotgun formation. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Back to pass. And Bloom either falls, slipped, or something.
It looked like it was tipped at the line? Or did it just slip out of his hand?
He fell down. And then he threw it sidearm just to get rid of it and not take loss of downs back there, I think. And was going for a burst, but his feet slipped out. So it'll bring up second down and 10 from the 25-yard line of Abraham Lincoln with 10:34 to go here, third quarter. It's Bloom under center. Bursch is up top, single coverage. Safety's up pretty high here. Bloom's going to hand this one off to Sherry, trying to get to the outside and taken down. A gain of 2 there by Sherry.
Yeah, we have not seen a lot of positive yardage from Anthony Sherry. But we got to give him a break. I mean, the UCL tear. I think he had a UCL tear, which would, if you're a baseball fan, would be Tommy John. I don't believe he had surgery, but he had a big old brace on his arm for the first couple weeks of practice. He still has a pretty big brace on his arm.
Kind of like J.J. Watt.
Yeah, we gotta give Rob Gronkowski that giant brace on his arm. So we gotta give him a break for his performance tonight, as Bloom will roll out to his right, looking, pressure coming, fires deep for the end zone. He has Burrish over there, and the throw is short.
Yep.
It was a crazy throw, and Burrish had to fight to get position, and it just wasn't really a smooth play.
No, it just either slipped out or knocked out or something, because that was not a normal Andrew Bloom pass. It was kind of a duck.
Yeah, he was on the run. So the Rams will have a 4th down and 8 from the 23-yard line, as we near 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter, trying to capitalize on that onside kick recovery.
Pretty wild how even there under duress, he was just still pretty calm, cool, and collective. That'll be 4th and 8 here. See what Glenwood has in store. 6 seconds left. Coach Foss is going to have to take another timeout.
Yeah.
And like we talked about in the first half, he might like to do these for situational things later down on the season. Against games where it's a closer score.
Right.
So, and you could tell when Andrew walked out there that time, he probably told him, hey, we're going to take it down to 6 seconds, take a timeout, and set and regroup. So.
Yeah, and a lot of times, speaking from experience, just having the little break. Number one, get water. Water's huge, especially. Coming out of the half and just kind of, like you said, regrouping and getting your personnel out on the field. For 4th and 8, they might have a different set of players.
Well, now I don't think we had that last year. This porta-cool thing down there looks like a
Yeah.
giant air conditioning unit. That
Yeah, it's a fan and a heater when it.
Well, when it's cool, when it is cold out, it can get hot. Yeah, the all black uniforms look good, I think. Rams are looking pretty solid so far. It's 39-0 with 8:50 to go here, third quarter. And the Rams will have 4th and 8 here. Let's see what Andrew Bloom and company can do from the 23-yard line of Abraham Lincoln.
So Bloom will be in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers split out to his right, 1 to his left. Josh Ruth goes in motion. Bloom drops back to pass, looks to the outside, and Burish just wasn't ready for that one. He was open, but it was a curl route, and either Bloom threw it a little early or Burish turned around a little late because it went, he just wasn't ready to catch the ball.
And depending on, I think, what the coverage looked like, Andrew looked to me like he knew he was going there before, and the ball was right on the spot just a little bit early. But if he would have looked over here to his right, up the seam was Colt Schutte wide open, a missed blown coverage that time by the Lynx, and Andrew Schutte kind of shaking his head at that time. Not saying it's Andrew's fault, just like missed opportunity.
Yeah. So the Lynx will come out on offense. Lorenzen will be in the shotgun. This Ram defense has been untouchable so far. This is going to be a toss to the outside to Herzog. Herzog has a little room, gets across the 25, fighting his way down across the 30. A whole host of Rams in on the tackle, and it was a really late stop from the referees. Usually you see the ref stopping that forward progress, but they let the play go, and Herzog was able to fight forward to about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 8. That'll bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Lynx. So Dylan Weiser.
Oh man, Anthony was kind of grabbing that.
Yeah.
I would just, not even mess with it. Just take him out now.
No kidding.
He's kind of favoring that. To be honest, this might be his last play of the game.
Yeah, he's kind of letting that arm swing. Yeah. So Herzog takes the snap. He's going to hand it up the middle. It's going to be Lorenzen took the snap. He handed it up the middle to Herzog, and Herzog with a burst of speed gets across the 40-yard line. And he will have a 1st down after about a gain of 9 at the 41-yard line.
Jerry, one of the guys making the tackle there, even dove in with that right arm. That's also.
Yeah. And he just grabbed it again. Yeah, and at this point, it's not even worth it. And then you get to the point where you're going to end up regretting
He's a wrestler. You're going to have to drag him out.
Exactly.
He won't take himself out.
So Lorenzen's going to hand it off to Stottlemyre, and Stottlemyre has nowhere to go. Eli Bales, fantastically timed blitz there as he was able to wrap up Stottlemyre in the backfield for a loss of about 2 yards.
Eli looks pretty good today.
Yeah, he definitely does. And that was probably, we talked on the podcast earlier, that was probably the biggest question mark for this Rams team is the defense and the defensive backfield, the linebackers, the corners, and the safeties. They graduated everybody from last year, and they've been fantastic tonight. They have been great. Bales, Maurer, Carr's had some nice plays on the outside, jamming the receivers. So we knew the line would be good, but this defensive backfield's definitely been impressive. So Lorenzen takes the snap, drops back to pass, has a little time, fires deep down the field, and it is incomplete. Nice coverage there by Cohen Watson. He could not have played that better.
Perfect coverage.
As a great play there. He was pegged with a pass interference call earlier. He got his redemption there as he knocks the ball away from Kleigel.
Stride for stride, folks.
Yeah.
That was good coverage.
There was no room. He had no breakaway whatsoever. So Watson, we know Watson has speed. He's a track athlete as well. Right there with Kennedy, he was on that relay team with Kennedy. So he is just he's a very fast guy as well. So they have him on the edges, and that was a great play there. 3rd down and long now, 3rd and 13. Lorenzen takes the snap, blitz coming. Here comes Sanders. He slips and falls, and Lorenzen's going to take off running, and he's finally going to be taken down at about the 49-yard line. And so, about the 47-yard line. There is a flag down in the backfield, and I would guess you're probably right. As of right now, it's a gain of about 9 yards, and it would still bring up 4th and 4, so they'll probably end up declining this. Now they're going to back him up. So the defensive coordinator, John Woodrow, decides to point the other way, and they're going to back him up. So now they'll bring up 3rd down and 23.
Coach Woodrow doesn't want any more extra yards on that defense than he can.
Coach Woodrow has been around and he has been around forever. And you see Coach Albert down there now, the old head coach for the Rams, defensive genius, is from what I've heard from some of the players, is that he just knows everything. So, you know, between Woodrow and Albert, they know what they're doing running this defense, even if it is a young team.
Well, I know one thing. Someone's teaching them something pretty good because they have never been out of position today.
Right.
And if they have, it's been 1 or 2 times. But defense looks solid. It's 3rd and a mile here for the Lynx.
They're down at 22. Lorenzen takes the snap. He's going to roll out. Blitz coming. Fires deep down the field. Kleigel is almost gets to the ball, but he is overthrown. A nice little jam there about 10 yards away from the line of scrimmage by Zach Carr to hold up Kleigel enough that he couldn't get to the ball. And that will bring up...
I say Carr might as well just stay back there. He's got to return this punt here.
That'll bring up 4th down and 22 for the Lynx. Jasper Stottlemyre has had a nice night punting, and he has had to punt a lot of times. As Zach Carr will be back to receive. He had a nice first return, but since then they've kind of stuffed him. We'll see what he can do here. That's another decent punt, but Carr's going to be able to
watch that one.
Yep. Carr is going to let that one go. Lands at about the 45. It's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 40. The starting lineup will come out on the field once again for the Rams.
That looks like Anthony's over there being looked at by a striker.
Yeah. And, you know, you look down on the field right there. Noah Carter seems to be walking pretty well. So, you know, I could see him back in the next couple weeks. I talked to him today. He said next week or the week after he'll definitely be back on the field. So
yeah, you know he'll definitely play Carroll.
Yeah. Another wrestler. He won't come out. So 1st and 10, the Rams have the ball once again on their own 42-yard line. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Silvius goes in motion. Bloom's going to hand it off up the middle to Sherry. Sherry has some room.
I think that's Ben Roenfeld.
Is that Sherry? It is Ben Roenfeld. The senior Ben Roenfeld on the carry there, and he gets down to about the 50-yard line, a gain of 8 there on the play for Ben Roenfeld. And Roenfeld, a senior, not starting right now, but it is early in the season. You never know.
The amount of 200-plus pound ball carriers for Glenwood, amazing.
That is crazy. Roenfeld's a big dude too. Silvius goes in motion once again. It's going to be a toss to him. Nice pulling block there from Sorensen. Silvius has some room across the 45 and gets down to about the 40-yard line. A nice gain of about 10 yards there for Cooper Silvius. And I would say right now, Kevin, if we had to, with still a quarter to play, if we had to award a player of the game, it would probably be Silvius tonight.
Yeah, by far. I mean, he had a fast start. One of those touchdowns probably could have been Bloom's. It was a very unselfish play by Andrew, but overall, the yardage he's turned up, protected the ball. I love his running as far as patience. I talked about that a lot in the first half. He hasn't had too many carries here in the second half, but right there shows you going to be a good ball carrier for Glenwood.
So a hard count there. The Lynx stay on their side of the field as in the handoff up the middle to Ben Roenfeld. A nice little burst of speed gets him across the 35 down to about the 34-yard line. A gain of 6 on 1st down. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Rams. Maybe a gain of 5.
We gave them credit all offseason. I haven't gave them too much credit right now, but folks, take a couple plays and just watch this offensive line for Glenwood.
Oh yeah. They just move matter.
They work well together too. Yep. They're big, they're fast, they got quick feet. They're going to be tough.
So there's the fake toss to the outside to Silvius. A hold there is going to be. Yeah, a hold there.
Just compliment them, and then Sanders gets a hold.
Yeah, and when a guy is about to hit your quarterback, it's instinct to just hold him back. You know, even if it means 10 yards, it's either 10 yards or your quarterback gets smoked. So a holding call there will move them back a ways.
Actually, 56. They're calling that on.
It'll be Keegan Roenfeld. It wasn't on Keegan Roenfeld though.
To me, it looked like it was Sanders.
It was Sanders. It was, because he was back in the backfield trying to protect Bloom. That'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So a score on the first play from scrimmage in the second half, and other than that, not a lot going for either team. At the end of the 3rd quarter, the score, Glenwood 39, Abraham Lincoln 0.
Yeah, pretty vanilla quarter for Glenwood for what it could be after that crazy first half. But, you know, we talked about this earlier. Not like Glenwood is a, high octane throwing the ball every down West
Right.
Coast offense team. However, they're running a lot of the same plays here. They're turning up yards. Coach Foss now, I think, has seen a lot. All he's trying to do is, I think, maintain his team's tenacity, which they'll do. Keep everyone off the injury list and just have a good, clean game here to finish it out. But tell you what, a lot of question marks I had going into today, I have been answered then. So
we just got a tweet here. South Central Calhoun just scored with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in the third, and they now lead Carroll 24-20. At the end,
I can't remember who I picked in that
I think
game.
you picked Carroll, or I think you picked South Central Calhoun.
Did
I picked Carroll, so I'm about to lose a lot of picks. We'll
It's early.
see. Lewis Central and Harlan is still 24-14. Creston hung a score, so they are up 21-14 over Boone. Both of those games in the third quarter. Denison Schleswig is pulled back within a score of Thomas Jefferson. The Rams will see TJ next week, as that score is 22-14 in the third quarter. So a handoff there from Bloom to Schutte. Schutte fighting for more yards. He's going to get forward to about the 40-yard line on third down. And that'll be a gain of 4. It'll bring up fourth down and 10.
I was surprised. I forgot right before the quarter we had that holding penalty. I was wondering why we were back so far. 3rd and 10 here for Glenwood.
We haven't seen the punt team from the Rams yet,
No,
but looks like we're not going to see it anyway.
I kind of like Glenwood being put in these situations. The 4th and long, the 3rd and long. See what they do with it.
Right. So Bloom is going to drop back to pass in the pocket, looking to the outside, caught by Silvius. Silvius has some room, gets across the 20. Silvius down to the 15-yard line, and finally wrapped up at about the 13. So Cooper Silvius on a wheel route swing pass there from Andrew Bloom. A gain of about 27 yards and a first down for the Rams. Once again, Silvius and Bloom have stolen the show here tonight for the Rams.
Today's player of the game after the game will be brought to you by Barrett Auto Center. So stay tuned, folks, for the Barrett Auto Center player of the game.
So the Rams have a first down and 10 on the AL 14-yard line. Silvius goes in motion, handoff to Ben Roenfeld. Roenfeld gets across the 10 and down close to the 5, down to about the 7-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Rams.
Obviously, folks, if you're not aware, the clock will not stop due to the 35-point rule. It is 39-0 right now. However, if you're wondering why the clock is always running, you're not familiar with the rule, that is why.
So Bloom will be under center. Rams looking to pour on some more points here. 2nd down and 3. Schutte goes in motion on the hard count. Now Silvius is going to go in motion. He's going to hand it off to Glenn Roenfeld once again. Roenfeld breaks a tackle, gets down to about the 3-yard line. So a gain of close to 3. They're going to be close to the first down marker. And it looks like they're going to have it. So 1st and goal for the Rams from the 3 or 4-yard line here as we tick under 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
What I think will probably be the starter's last drive.
Yeah, I would agree. So Bloom under center once again. Roenfeld is in the backfield. Burish is split out to Bloom's left. Schutte goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Roenfeld, and Roenfeld walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Glenwood. So senior Ben Roenfeld is able to find Hayert, and the Rams tack on some more points. They now lead 45-0 over AL.
Another good drive for Glenwood, folks. I mean,
that's probably the longest drive we've seen.
Yep. And like I said, that drive we saw something different. It was a 3rd and long.
It was 4th and long.
4th and long, and we saw we converted it, saw what could be done there. Stanley's extra point is up, and it is good. No good. Man.
So a rough night on
PAT.
That's
going to be the one thing they will probably need to address this week is figuring out special teams. Once again, it's early. It's a new kicker. we all saw, remember Seth Little's kick from last year at Carroll. I broadcasted it. What a kick that was. And the formula looks good. I mean, and what's crazy, maybe it's your my eyesight, but a couple of these that we said were good,
Yeah.
they're called no good, so they got to be close.
And I think that the Rams have really been. I think we've been spoiled with good kickers. I mean, you look all the way back. It was Brandon Bickle, and then it was who was it after
Kenny
him?
Spencer used to be a great kicker for Glenwood too.
Connor Weiss was a great kicker, and then Seth Little. So we've been spoiled with some great kickers. So I think this is more like high school kicking, missing extra points, missing field goals. But they'll get it. Stanley will get used to it. He hasn't ever kicked varsity before, so
yeah, he'll be all right.
One guy that has done a good job tonight, Alex Newser, has done a great job. He is backed up AL as he gets another one inside the 10-yard line. And the returner gets out across the 15 down to about the 20-yard line.
Had an absolute,
Parker Sell.
He absolutely demolished someone.
Nice hit there from Sell, who just demolished a blocker.
Yeah, and as I mentioned that, now look at a ton of guys are out for Glenwood, and you will see a lot of new guys. That whole defense line pretty much is new.
Yep.
Sell's in there. Who's number 3? That's Mayberry.
Yep.
In there, 24.
Watson.
No, that's Watson. He's still in there. Mauer's still in there. Who's 34? 34 is in there. Cole Foose now in at linebacker.
Bales is out. So, new faces here on the defense for the Rams. Lorenzen drops back to pass, looks to the outside. Intended receiver was number 27, Spencer Decker. We haven't called his name at all tonight. And we haven't called any of these receivers' names at all because there just hasn't been time to throw the ball.
And even with some new guys out there, Glenn was getting pressure still. So that just shows you what we have going on.
Number 25, Tanner Maxwell is into the game at corner. Watson comes out. Zach Carr also came out of the game. I'm trying to see on the other side of the field who that is. 23 is Trevor Stanley. So Maxwell and Stanley in for Carr and Watson.
Cherry's still out there.
A whole new I don't know about that. Lorenzen drops back to pass. Still looking, slips and falls. So
credit the sack to,
I would say probably Zell.
Or 34.
34 is Foose. So number 38, John Lee, will come out into the game for Josh Ruth. So everyone but the one injured guy is out of the game on this Rams defense. Everyone has left except for Anthony Sherry, who is nursing an injury. So
it must not hurt him as much as you think.
It must not be as big a deal.
And you can see Holiday over here taking snaps. So Glenwood's offensive ones will probably be done for the night too.
So Lawrenson in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, and a flag is on the play. Probably going to be a motion penalty. Still getting an answer. Delay a game there.
The clock. I was going to say the clock was even. I like that.
So the rule is, I think the clocks in the mercy rule, the clock stops for penalties.
Yep.
But it doesn't stop for out of bounds. It doesn't stop for incomplete passes.
Yep.
So,
timeout penalty.
Yep. So the crowd is starting to clear out as the Rams have a comfortable 45-0 lead.
I think the freshman won, 60-something
60-0. 60 points in an 8-minute quarter game is impressive. As Lawrenson rolls out to pass, fires deep downfield. He has an open man in Kleigel, and it's incomplete. Kleigel looking for a pass interference penalty, and that will be on Tanner Maxwell as the flag comes out. Kleigel stood up complaining.
No, didn't give up a touchdown.
No,
Don't blame him.
Woodrow having a little conversation with John Lee, the safety, the junior. Brett Maurer and Anthony Sherry are the only two defensive starters that are out there. Is Caleb Sanders still out there? Is that him? No, that's 59. 59 is Logan Fornoff, the junior. Nick Gill is out there. Cole Mayberry, as you said.
You'll probably have to drag off Maurer.
Yep. He is hyped up today. New Karn and first career varsity start, interception. He's had a nice day. So Lawrenson rolls out the pass, flushed out of the pocket again,
Nice
and he is going to be
tackle.
sacked there by the junior Nick Gill, and a flag comes out late.
I think it was 76, holding on 65.
No, what was that?
Personal foul.
Did the late hit or maybe some words exchanged? I don't know.
I bet it was.
He's mad, and Coach Woodrow over here and the ref are screaming at each other down here.
Steve comes out after the
Yep.
penalty was on.
And it's going to be number 64. That's Cody Oliphant,
No,
senior.
59.
Nope, that was 59, which is Logan Fornoff.
Not saying that was his
Yeah.
penalty on, but
I can't imagine a kid like Logan doing something stupid, but who knows what it was. Could have been a late hit, could have been face mask or something. We don't know. So Lawrenson will drop back to pass, looks to the outside, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Decker. Anthony Sherry got kind of burned on that coverage there, but he was lucky there as got overthrown. So the clock will continue to run. 5:20 to go here in the game. 45-0 is the score. The crowd has settled down. The Rams are sitting on a lead. The backups are in. Looks like junior Ryan Leith is going to come into the game for Anthony Sherry. So Sherry is finally pulled out of the game, and Leith will get some time. And it's always good, you never know who's going to go down. So it's good to get these guys
this is
experience.
Great for these kids.
Yep.
First game of the year too.
Maurer is still out there directing the defense as Lawrenson drops back to pass, looks across the middle, caught there by number 27. That's Decker. As Ryan Leith on the coverage there ends up bringing him down at about the 39-yard line.
Good tackle there by Leith. I like to keep these guys out of the end zone. Be good for this defense too. I think that's what they want.
Shutouts are important. Shutouts are a big deal in football, especially week 1. So Lawrenson comes out in the shotgun once again. And a stoppage of the clock. Timeout with Glenwood. So let's see if we can get some more scores here. Here we go. So Lewis Central, it says they still have a 24-14 lead in the third. I can't imagine it's still the third quarter, so I'm just going off KMAland.com, and they still have that score up. They probably haven't gotten an update. Boone has tied the game against Creston. It is a tie game at 21 apiece in the fourth quarter, so that is a nail-biter there in Boone.
Look up,
it would be,
see if Osborne, he's probably tweeting.
Yeah. Here, let's look at Carroll first while I have it up. It says Carroll punches in with a 1-yard sneak. Tigers up 27-24 over South Central Calhoun with 10:58 to go in the game. So that is another close one here in District 7.
Close games now around the district. This one, however, is 45-0 as the shotgun formation here by AL. Good shoe tackle there by Glenwood. Who is that down there?
That would be, trying to see.
Food, 34?
Yep, Whole Foods sophomore. Yeah, Mitch Osborne hasn't tweeted since halftime, so that one is kind of up in the air. We don't really know the score between LC and
LC Sports Fan have put anything up?
Yeah, I can try.
Maybe all power and internet's down in Harlan, Iowa. Nothing. Why is that game's not being covered?
Yeah. I mean, that's a big game across the state, too.
Huge.
I mean, 2 ranked teams in their class. Harlan was a popular favorite in the district as Herzog gets across the 40-yard line to about the 39. That is a gain of 3. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Good job by the Ram defense here.
Yeah.
Get 1 stop here. Well, probably be 2. They'll probably obviously go for it on 4th down, but good confidence to these kids. As you said, we might have to play some minutes this year depending on injuries, which you never hope, but it's football. Sometimes that happens. So
Winner set. Connor Van Pelt with a score. They are up 14-10 over Bondurant Farr. We both picked Bondurant Farr. That's still in the third quarter, though, so that one could change as Herzog gets the call up the middle.
good tackle there,
And a nice
64,
tackle there
and Maurer.
Cody Oliphant, as well as Brett Maurer, will bring up fourth down and about probably 6 yards. 3-yard gain there for Herzog. So the Rams will win this game. With 2:24 to go, they are up 45-0. Fourth down and 6 now for AL. Lawrenson drops back to pass. Blitz coming. Here comes Mayberry, and Mayberry's going to get the sack. Cole Mayberry, a great play in the backfield as he is able to wrap up Lawrenson and bring him down. And that saves the shutouts as the Rams will probably come out and just take a knee.
What grade Mayberry in?
He's a sophomore.
Sophomore? Wow. What's his size? 6'3", 185, man. He's going to be a big boy.
Yeah, he's a big kid.
Senior year, that guy will be a one athletic DN.
Yeah, I know he's playing, I think he's a third-string quarterback as we see Andrew Holiday, the backup junior quarterback, coming out for the first time for this offense. We'll see if we can get the backfield here. It's going to be Roenfeld for sure. Looks like Maxwell in at slot as well as Brady Wedham, the sophomore there as Wedham goes in motion. Andrew Holiday takes the snap. He's going to hand it up the middle to Roenfeld. Roenfeld has some room across the 45 to the 40. Flag is down across the 30. Roenfeld down to the 20. Roenfeld across the 10, and he's going to score. Touchdown Rams, but a flag is down.
Block in the back.
That was a great burst of speed there from Ben Roenfeld. And, you know, Roenfeld didn't get the starting spot, but he has shown us some nice running tonight. He has a touchdown. He's had some good touch running, but that one is going to be called back. That could have been his second of the night. It would have been a 50-yard touchdown run.
It's going to be a block in the back, but I want to go back on film tomorrow and watch that because I think it was actually perfect where it was just side to side. You know, they call that if we go shoulder pad to shoulder pad. But nonetheless, what a run.
What a run there from Ben Roenfeld. That would have been a 45-yard touchdown run, but it's called back.
I'll still make that highlight for you, Ben. Don't worry. I'll send it to you.
You know, and that's one thing about these early games, especially first 2 weeks. District play doesn't really make that, or non-district play doesn't really make that much of a difference.
No.
Players are still trying to prove themselves
and
still trying to get starting spots. So you never know. No starting lineup is set in stone until district play starts, in my opinion. As Andrew Holiday, is going to try to make some room, and he's going to get across he ended up right back where he was, really. He went up the middle after faking the handoff to Ben Roenfeld and then tried to bounce it back around the edge and ended up in the same spot at about the 42-yard line. But it will be a first down.
I thought he was going to do the Seneca Wallace run there for a while. He was dancing around.
When he ran 100 yards for the 30-yard run.
Yep. Which, by the way, is there some college football on tomorrow?
I think it starts
next week.
Yeah, that's going to be a bummer. Sitting around twiddling your thumbs all day. Toss to the outside to Maxwell. He forgets to catch the pitch, and it's a fumble on the play recovered by the Lynx.
The Rams won and only turnover, or I guess they had a turnover on downs earlier.
Yeah. The clock will continue to run. I believe that we will win. Chant just started from the student section. The bleachers are shaking. The press box is shaking. Obviously, a lot of enthusiasm from this crowd tonight. They didn't really have a ton to cheer about in the second half. It was just a pretty boring game, but
yeah, and you know
obviously,
play of the game, I think we both said it earlier, is brought to you by Barrett Auto Center. Once again, one of our good sponsors here on GlenwoodSports.com. And the player of the game will go to Cooper Sylvius.
Yep, I agree. 3 touchdowns. He had a big fourth down catch over here on the sideline. He had touchdown runs of 2 yards, 25 yards, and 10 yards. He was seeing the field really well. He was a good, tough runner tonight. I have a feeling, you could give it to Bloom, but I feel like we'll be giving it to Bloom a lot in the season. So we'll give it to Sylvius tonight. Nonetheless, a great game from Cooper Sylvius, his varsity debut.
A lot of these guys varsity debuts, and that's what makes me so impressive. Like, 45 points, defense gives up no points. Got your backups in good quality minutes against their first-string players who are still 4A kids.
Right.
I think Coach Foss would be pretty happy with the performance of his kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
No injuries that I know of that aren't already injured and in pads. Hopefully those guys will be back next week, if not the weekend after.
Right.
And Nick, thanks for joining us here on GlenwoodSports.com. Today we'll be here all year long for you guys. For Nick Stavis, this is Kevin Tucker signing off on GlenwoodSports.com.